Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a fantastic day. Today is the day that we are going to advance to the next tech tier. The space elevator is just standing there looking imposing. I've done a bit between episodes, so over there, way over there, I set up a little bit of a temporary, well, really not that temporary. I set up a black powder factory, and it's honestly easiest factory in the world. It's just, you just put sulfur and coal into assemblers in a 2-to-1 ratio, and it makes black powder. Super, super easy. I then took the coal line for the black powder and said, okay, if we have that storage bin right there completely full on black powder, I want to divert that coal to over here where we are making steel ingots. I wanted to expand my production of steel ingots because we're going through this stuff like crazy, and my supplies were very, very low, so I was like, you know what, let's just push that up a bit. So that's now being transported over here. I also did a fair amount of research in the MAM. So let's just jump up over the wall here. So we've done some stuff there as well. I've unlocked a few different things. We have sulfur. The only thing I have left to do here is the rifle, which is going to need heavy modular frames and circuit boards, but I'm currently using all of my heavy modular frames and circuit boards for advancing to the next tech tier. And then I also got the Explorer, which is like a vehicle. It's pretty cool. I still need to do radar technology and radio signal scanning, but I did unlock the expanded tool belt, the inflated pocket dimension, and rifle ammo. But not the rifle itself. So we're coming along there as well. I do need to head back to our little starter base over there because we need to get smart plating. Oh yeah, also I've been making the space elevator parts, and we actually have all of the versatile framework. We have it all. We've got 2 stacks in here, and then a full double industrial storage container. I keep wanting to call these double chests. But we have a full industrial storage container plus 2 stacks, and if I've done my math properly, that should be the 2,500 versatile framework we need. Right now, I'm working on producing motors, which will get used for the modular engines here. We need 1,000 of them to make 500 modular engines, so I'm working on that. I do have all of the circuit boards and all of the computers created for the adaptive control units, so I'm still going to have to do the automated wiring. That's going to take a long time because I need 15,000 cable for it, if I've done my math properly, but yeah, it's not terrible. I mean, cable is not hard to come by. We could also just pump out another copper setup too real quick. That might not be a terrible idea just to give us more cable. But yeah, it's coming along. Anyway, let's head back to our starter base over there. We'll take our fancy new Explorer, which you got to put fuel in the Explorer. There we go. And I'm going to go pick up all the smart plating that I need so that we can get the thingamadoodles made. Well, we're back at our starter base, and I have a stockpile of smart plating banked for just this occasion. Right over here. So, we should just be able to grab all of this, and, I mean, I don't know exactly how much of this do I actually need. Let's just see here. For the modular engines, we need 2 per engine. We need 500 of these, so we need 1,000 smart plating, and there are 50, so we need 20 stacks. So should be that much? Is that right? Oh, no, it's 9 columns per line. Okay, so this should be 20, this should be enough smart plating right here. We can just take that with us, And that'll be really good, I think. Are you still producing? No, because I'm diverting my rotors over there. Okay, cool. But yeah, this should be enough. You know what? Yeah, let's just take it all with us. Might as well. Let's just take it all. It's fine. Now, the cool thing about the Explorer, that vehicle that we've unlocked, is that it actually has some storage built right into it, which is pretty nifty. So, if we pop down here, and I might as well take a little bit of biofuel with me. Let's just grab like 5 stacks. That should be fine. So normally, between the stuff that I had with me that I dumped into a temporary storage bin over here, and the stuff that's in our inventory currently, we wouldn't be able to take all of this back with us. However, because the Explorer has built-in storage, we can just do one of those, and we're good to go. So it's basically like, you know, a little bit of a pack. It helps you get stuff around. And the Explorer is much faster than going on foot. It's still not the fastest vehicle, or the fastest method of transportation by a long shot, but it's definitely faster than walking. So it's better than nothing. This journey between my starter base and our new base takes about 30 solid biofuel to make the trip, which isn't too bad because we've got tons of it and we're not using it for power anymore. So, yeah, I think it's worth it. Oh, another thing. I made this fancy little storage setup here for some personal storage bins. I gotta give credit to my old pal Kibitz for this. The way you make this is you put down... I don't have any concrete and stuff. It's all in here. Hold on. The way that you make it is pretty straightforward. You just basically take 1 meter foundations and you put 2 of them on top of each other like so. Then you go storage box wherever you want to put it. Put it down. Put another storage box underneath it. Delete the foundation. Put another storage box underneath it like that. And then you just put a one of these thingies. Although actually you got to do one of these thingies before you put down the last storage bin. And there we go. That's how you do it. It's super easy. But yeah, I saw that in one. I've been watching a little bit of my old buddy Kibitz, who I think his channel is I'm Kibitz. I'll link it in the description if I remember. But I've been watching some of his stuff, and he's an old friend of mine. Saw that in one of his videos and thought it was really clever. So I put one over here. Well, since we have all the versatile framework done, we might as well dump it into the space elevator here. And I just realized I'm on the wrong ladder, but it's fine. We'll just hop over there real quick. And we can just control-click, put it in, and there we go. 2500 versatile framework dumped into the space elevator. All that's left now are the engines and the adaptive control units. I think I have all of the base resources, or at least pretty close. I think the only thing we might be still missing is some cable, but this we'll have enough by the time we actually need it. So at this point, it's just manufacturing the parts. Over here, I've set up a temporary manufacturer setup with 2 manufacturers that are overclocked to 250% speed, and these are currently producing modular engines. We have all the necessary resources to make 500 modular engines in these storage bins over here. So we're just waiting for those to finish, and while those are going, in our temporary assembler setup over here, we're creating automated wiring. I believe I need 700, let's see, it's 15 per recipe, but I need only half of that, so I need 750 automated wiring. And I believe we're getting to that as well. But it is 20 cable per automated wiring, which is just nuts. But yeah, we're getting there. It's just a matter now of, just essentially waiting for the machines to do their thing. Well, it is a couple hours later, and I think I have the remaining stuff we need. Let's just double check here. We should have, yep, 500 of these modular engines and 100 adaptive control units. So that's everything left to put into the elevator. In the meantime, while I was waiting for all that stuff to finish, I did a bunch of research. I went ahead and I researched the monorails, so we now have trains, or access to them anyway, and I did a ton of research in the MAM. So the only thing left for us to do now is the last two under Caterium, the Geothermal generator and the Programmable splitter, both of which require supercomputers, and those are a bit of an undertaking to produce. Let's put it that way. They are very involved. So I didn't do those, but I did everything else. We finished off quartz, finished off the rifle in sulfur, researched supercomputers themselves. Like, I've been very busy, making progress, but it's time to dump this stuff into the space elevator and advance to the next tech tier, which should, I think it is the final one. I'm pretty sure. There we go. Seal it up. And send it up into space. There we go. Look at that. Let's see if we can climb up here real quick and get a good view. Oh, look at it go! That's so cool. I thought it was going to lift up much more slowly, but nah, it gets like a zappy charge and just goes flying off into space. That's pretty sweet. Okay, so now we have Tier 7 and Tier... There's a Phase 4? Excuse me. There's a Phase 4. Objective complete Phase 4. We're not done with the space elevator. Okay, so Tier 7, we've got bauxite refinement for aluminum, or aluminium if you're from Europe. We've got Logistics Mark 5, which requires aluminum. Okay. But that'll give us conveyor belts that can do 780 resources per minute. That's a very large amount. We got the hazmat suit, so we can not get irradiated when we're near uranium. Aeronautical engineering, so we can get drones. Okay. Oh, and we can make supercomputers? Did I not just learn how to make supercomputers from the MAM? Maybe there's multiple ways to get to it. Okay, but so we got this one. Hover pack. That's pretty sweet. Allows for vertical movement and hovering. Okay, so it's like the jetpack, but better because you can hover. I think. Wirelessly connects to nearby power connections for power consumption. Does not use fuel. Okay, that's pretty cool. Then in Tier 8, we've got nuclear power, which is the most powerful power, I believe. At least I think it is. Advanced aluminum production, so we can make more crazy stuff. Leading edge production, which gives us the Miner Mark III. Okay, so that's going to be double a Miner Mark II. And then particle enrichment, which allows us to make nuclear stuff, it looks like. Non-fissile uranium, plutonium fuel rods, etc., etc. Okay, and then nuclear pasta, that's a project part. Thermal propulsion rockets are a project part. Magnetic fuel generators are a project part. And the assembly director system is a project part. And and when I say project, I mean the next things that we need to send up in the space elevator. Although I don't know if that actually unlocks anything. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We're obviously going to try and do it eventually. Although it appears, given the quantities of this stuff and how advanced this stuff is, it's probably not happening anytime in the near future. We have a lot of infrastructure we have to build up first. But we do now have access to this higher tier. So I think the things we should prioritize are probably aluminum and aluminum so we can get into Logistics Mark V. I think we should definitely prioritize the hover pack, and I should probably finish off the jetpack as well. Also, our power is, I won't say it's super dire, but we definitely need to get going on some upgraded fuel stuff. You can see we are currently, if all of the machines in the entire world were to be turned on, we would be at 39,000 or 3,900 of our 4,500 power production. Right now we're consuming somewhere around 2,500, 26, 25, kind of bounces up and down. But we definitely need to expand our power infrastructure for sure. So I think the next main, the next big task for us is probably a fuel power plant. And the mega base. We really need to get started on that too. So I have a pretty ambitious plan that involves a lot of oil and a lot of aluminum, and I've worked out the numbers and stuff, and it is absolutely glorious. But it's also a very large project that's over on the other side of the map. And in order to do it, I'm going to need a lot more plastic, because I need a lot of computers and computer parts and all sorts of stuff like that. Plus, we need it for making supercomputers and all sorts of things. Long story short, we need plastic. So over here, you can't really see it from here because this cliff is blocking it, but the skyway is just behind that cliff, and our base is right over there. I set up a plastic production facility, and the way this works, we have 4 oil extractors on 2 normal crude oil nodes and 2 impure crude oil nodes. So that's producing 360 oil altogether. And those flow into 12 refineries up here, which are all set to make plastic and heavy oil residue. The heavy oil residue is then sent into 2 more refineries. Since we have 12 of these doing the plastic and heavy oil residue recipe, that means we're creating 120 heavy oil residue. So we're taking that and turning it into fuel. I haven't powered this on yet. We're going to do it together in a minute here. But that's going to create 80 fuel per minute. That will power 6 oil generators with 8. Oh, wait. Is that right? These take 12, right? 6 times. Pretty sure. Does it say here? It doesn't. I'm 99% sure it takes 12 oil per minute, which means I have fudged my math just ever so slightly. I'll fix it in a sec. So these will generate power. 6 of them, 150 power each. It's not going to be a huge amount, but it'll make a little bit of a difference. It'll certainly pay for this production facility, power-wise. And then the leftover fuel is going to end up being packaged into package fuel. And I am fairly sure this needs to be 10 per minute. And we're just siphoning off a tiny amount of plastic, of the 240 plastic that we're producing, to go into this constructor and make empty canisters that we can use with the packager to package the fuel. The packaged fuel is just going into a storage bin right here, because this is not going to be our main packaged fuel production facility. I basically just want to collect enough that I can unlock the jetpack. But then once this fills up, if it ever does, the remaining packaged fuel will be sent into this awesome sink right here. And that is essentially the setup in a nutshell. Let's turn it on and see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't blow our power grid. Okay, these are all going. I already had the oil extractors powered earlier, so we don't need to wait for the oil to end up over here. But these guys should be producing plastic, which should first go to the constructor until the constructor is completely full, which shouldn't really take too long. Right? Do I have this set up? No, I don't. That's fine. We'll say overflow to the right. There we go. This is all going to go back to our base. It's going to cause a bottleneck up there right now because I need to swap out some of the conveyor belts on the Skyway, but that's okay. Alright, it looks like these are... they're going. Okay, we are producing our fuel here. And 6 of these, if they're taking 12 fuel per minute, that should be 70 used with 10 left over. But it's going to take a while for this stuff to kind of get going, because pipes take... I don't know if pipes actually take longer to transport stuff than conveyor belts do, but maybe it's because there's like less of a visual indicator. It just seems that way. Oh, also, all these valves I have configured as well. So like this is set to 12 per minute to make sure that we get... yeah, okay, they do take 12 per minute. So this is good. We are doing things. It's going to take a while for the fuel to flow through, but we should... once these turn on, they should basically just stay on. Come on, fuel, I believe in you. Alright, and you are getting canisters. Yeah, it's going to take a while for these to fill up, but they are going to get there eventually. So yeah, that is essentially the setup in a nutshell. I'm going to let this thing run for a bit, so we can, make sure that it's all working and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, oh, here we go. Some of these generators are turning on now, and once they turn on, they should pretty much stay on. You can see this is going to kind of go up and down for a bit, but we're getting close. Anyway, I'm going to go and I'll make sure that this is all working properly before I leave, but I'm going to go and fix the conveyor belt up on the Skyway. I need to upgrade it to actually a Mark 5 belt, I think, because this is 240 plastic, and I think we're producing just enough plastic back at our starter base that it would push us over what a Mark, or I should say a Mark, yeah, it's got to be a Mark 4 belt. The ones that use the industrial steel beams, or whatever. Anyway, I'm going to get to it. Well, after a little bit of tweaking and all that kind of stuff, everything seems good. Also, I don't know what I was thinking. 12 times 6 is definitely 72, not 70. I don't know why my brain was thinking 70, but I mean, to be fair, it is like 4:30 in the morning right now, so... maybe I'm just like half asleep. But yeah, everything seems to be working. The only thing that's struggling a little bit is this packager. It doesn't seem to be getting the fuel. Maybe that the excess fuel is kind of flowing back into the system, but like, honestly, I'm completely okay with that. This is really just here to make sure that the system doesn't get backed up. So if this doesn't make any more packaged fuel, that's fine by me. I mean, I've got 72 of it right here, and I only need 50 to unlock the jetpack. So I'm good with that. But yeah, everything seems to be good. We've got our refineries making 240 plastic now per minute. And we've also managed to add about 900 megawatts of power to our power grid with a relatively small setup altogether. So, this is Wells from the future, and I totally realized that I completely forgot to record an outro to this video, but we've accomplished quite a lot, and there's some cool stuff going on behind me, but, you know, that's a spoiler for a future episode, so there you go, there you had a little sneak peek. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do, links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.